Everyone, I wanted to do a narrative nonfiction video. It is the precursor to our literacy narrative, which we will be starting. So narrative nonfiction, which is also known as creative nonfiction, blends literary elements commonly found in fictional narratives and reflective nonfiction. So the genre describes factual, real-life incidents in a vivid and engaging way that's usually found in narrative. Writers of narrative nonfiction blend elements of narration like plot, pacing, and point of view. So, with narrative nonfiction, it's really important that you are accurate. First and foremost, writers of narrative nonfiction base their stories on real events. Um, Although narrative nonfiction typically reflects on the personal experience of the writer, a writer has to accurately convey the people, places, and events that occur within the narrative. So you want to be honest, you want to be real with what you're writing. Think about journalism, for example. The setting is where and when a story takes place, and this has a lot of little things included in it, like the immediate surroundings. Think about props in a scene of a film. So, like you have trees, furniture, food. Are you inside of a house or car? Uh, I have a 15-month-old who's really excited back there. So, you want to think about the time of day, such as morning, afternoon, or night. You want to think of the weather. Is it cloudy? Is it sunny? Is it windy? Is it snowy? Is it raining? What time of year is it? What is the season? Is it late fall, early winter, midsummer? Think about the historical period. What century are we in? What decade are we in? Where does the story take place? You want to think about the geographical location, the topography. Is it mountainous? Is it a desert? Think about all of these little details. The depth of detail provided and the correctness of that detail significantly impacts the audience's experience of realism and will influence their suspension of disbelief. So details are important. They are your friend. So when you're writing your literacy narrative, you want to show, you don't want to tell. Compare these two. Imagine this summary or compare this summary. My sister and I stepped into the old farm store walking past the tired clerk towards some chickens. Versus, stepping into the store, I immediately noticed the smell of old barley. The air conditioner hummed loudly, a song of too many years spent on maximum cool. Maria rubbed her hands together, shivering as she glanced at the clerk standing with his two gnarled hands supporting himself on the counter. His brow furrowed as he double-checked his inventory list. Maria nodded to the man as we stepped up on the worn stairway leading into the store. Walking past the wooden table, an ancient cash register, and into aisles of canned goods and dusty farm equipment, see all of these little sensory details. Get us engaged. Details change the experience for the reader. The plot includes the beginning exposition where you set everything up. You move on to the rising action, tensions start building. There is the climax of the plot where there is this major explosion of whatever is going on. Then there's the falling action, things calm back down, and then there's a resolution where everything gets tied up and there's this cute little bow on top of everything, and all of the events kind of wrap up. So this semester, you'll be writing a literacy narrative nonfiction in the form, you'll be writing narrative nonfiction in the form of a literacy narrative, and this will soon be your first assignment. That is it for this one. So you guys be thinking about this next week when we move into writing our first drafts of our literacy narratives. It'll be fun. You get to share personal experiences. It's an ISA, so you get to talk about what you're feeling and what you're thinking. So it's going to be fun. In the meantime, though, if you have any questions, make sure you reach out to me and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.